Yo, what it do? It's your boy JP.
And SPK.
Breaking news,
Hey.
man. We got some heinous allegations going around. And these allegations, man, they're not looking good for Druski or Odell Beckham.
Hey, Odell ain't been looking good since he was top of Justin Bieber for the club.
It looks like both of them were named in the Diddy allegations. So,
How does this? I mean,
that's crazy.
We've been reporting on like the Diddy lawsuits, right, for a while in here. Back in October, we actually reported on a lawsuit that was recently amended, as in Friday was amended to add Druski and Odell Beckham Jr. And what the woman is accusing them of is raping her allegedly along with Diddy. So back in October, there was a woman named Ashley Parham, I believe that's how you say her last name, and she said that she had met one of Diddy's like colleagues in a bar. He was basically trying to flex on her, FaceTime and Diddy, like, you know, to show that he knows Diddy or whatever, and she wasn't pressed. While Puff was on the phone, she says that he overheard her saying, I don't really care about him anyway, jokingly. And she said she was saying it like jokingly, but she accused him of having something to do with Tupac's murder. And she says that he...
First of all, hold on, wait. If you're FaceTiming, if you're talking to somebody and he's flexing and pressing you by hitting up Diddy, why the hell is you gonna holler out something about Tupac murder? Now, first of all, I don't believe. How old is this chick?
That sounds like a damn lie.
That sounds like, how old is this chick? Does she even know who Tupac is?
She said she was like 22 or something.
Come on,
I don't know. That sounds like a lie. Y'all let us know what y'all
was upset over the phone when that happened. A month or so later, this woman, I guess she still kept in contact with the friend. She agreed to go and help this friend, Diddy's friend, administer some cancer medications that he needed help with at his home.
What? So you didn't want to fuck with him because Tupac's murder, and then a few months later you still go and help him administer his cancer medication? I don't know. This sounds far.
I'm not buying it.
Like, what the fuck? What does that got? Okay.
Hey.
Let's let her finish.
Goes into the home. She's there. They're, you know what I mean, doing whatever it is that I guess she needed done. They take a ride and come back to the house. The door was left open. When she gets back, now Puff is there with others. Allegedly, right? Now, back in October when this was first filed, we didn't know who the other parties involved in this were. So yeah, it was John Doe. They were just listed as John Does. But now she's saying that those John Does were Odell Beckham Jr. and Druski. So now I'm bringing us up to speed on what she's alleging that Druski and Odell Beckham Jr. were a part of. So
you think Druski did something?
Druski.
That's how he got famous. He had everybody's shit down.
Right.
You think he sold his soul?
Man, I hope not.
Damn.
I hope he didn't.
In this document, she says that Diddy was allegedly forcibly raping her to the point where he even used like a remote to do it at one point in time. And she says that when it comes to Druski, that Diddy allegedly instructed another defendant who was Doe to also rape her. And that defendant has been determined to be Druski. Instead of immediately raping the plaintiff, the plaintiff, the woman, Ashley, is alleging that Druski doused her with more oil and lubricant and then jumped on top of the plaintiff naked with the...
I'm sorry. Hey, come on, man.
Come on, man.
Now, this nigga doused you with baby oil and lubricant and hopped on top of you. I mean, why are you over these people's house if you didn't trust them to begin with?
Right.
To administer fucking cancer medication. Like, what? That sounds like a...
I don't know.
Oil body, treating it like a slip and slide, and knocking the wind out of the plaintiff due to his...
She said, what about a slip and slide? A what? Run that back.
Doe to also rape her. And that defendant has been determined to be Druski. Instead of immediately raping the plaintiff, the plaintiff, the woman, Ashley, is alleging that Druski doused her with more oil and lubricant and then jumped on top of the plaintiff naked with an oil body, treating it like a slip and slide, and knocking the wind out of the plaintiff due to his enormous size.
Man, who believes this?
That's what
jumped on.
That's what she's alleging happened. Yep. And then she's saying that Druski caught himself from sliding over the plaintiff's oil body and off the bed, and then he began raping her allegedly raping her vaginally. Now, she says that while this was happening, Puff was, somewhere off in a chair in the room watching and pleasuring himself. He was also recording as this was happening as well too. So these claims are, you know what I mean? Because she's saying that this was like a violent rape, like to the point where when she was up and trying to leave, it took her a minute to kind of get herself together. But there's a lot to this. Even in the beginning of this in October, when she first alleged it, she said that like on her way out, she went to the backyard and these people were in the backyard still. So she was trying to figure out how she was going to leave. Now that we know it was Druski, allegedly Druski and Odell Beckham Jr., she said that after they violently raped her, allegedly, they went to this backyard to smoke marijuana and cigarettes. And on her way out, she ran into them, and there was a whole, like...
I don't know.
What you think, bro?
I'm not buying that.
You not buying it?
It don't sound believable. Like
Even if it was cheap?
What? Like,
You not buying it?
No, I'm not. I'm not buying that.
I mean,
bro.
why not? It's believable, right?
What y'all think?
Diddy's in trouble?
I mean, I don't know. I feel like she's just trying to use...
Do all the stories sound the same of Diddy's?
Pretty much. I mean, I don't know, man. I hope it's not true, but...
exchange of like a gun went off at one point.
Is this Busby?
There was a
attorney?
No, her attorney is it's not attorney Busby. I'll get the attorney's name for you. Her attorney's name is this document.
Who really believes Druski was pretending that a young lady was a slip and slide? Come on now.
I believe he jumped
Like,
on
yeah,
anybody and
this-
kept
like,
himself
come on
from
now.
sliding.
It's insane, yeah. And basically, so the way that it's set up is like she's alleging that like Druski and Odell Beckham Jr. were like doing anything at the beck and call of Puff. So he was telling them
But
what
she
to do.
didn't-
They were
she
doing
didn't
it.
mention anything about
But
Odell. She just said
yesterday, Druski
that-
did respond to this. And he says this allegation is a fabricated lie. I wasn't a public figure in 2018. I was broke living with my mom without any connections to the entertainment industry at the time of this allegation. So the inclusion of my name is truly outlandish. My heart breaks for actual victims of abuse, but I'm fully confident that the evidence will expose this falsehood and that individuals who are maliciously trying to game the legal system will be exposed. People who are trying to game the legal system.
You think his career is over?
Nah, because this don't even sound real. Like, she's just trying to use Puffy because he's going through some shit that he actually did. So she's trying to use that to get a check. That's what it sounds like. But do you
peddle
believe
false
that?
narratives.
I wish Druski didn't even dignify that foolishness with a response. Like whoever created that story didn't even try to make it sound believable.
Exactly.
And stories like this one just make it harder for real victims to be believed.
And then also, it's still just a stain on your name. I get why he did say something. I mean, I'm almost certain he got a publicist that probably would tell him like not to. But when something like that, it's like, yo, come on, yo. Like,
Yeah, I
I'm a
think that was the
comedian.
biggest thing.
He got a lot
his
going
brand deals
on.
and stuff like that. I think
You know what I mean?
the thinking behind.
Because he's in a lot of commercials and stuff now.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You don't think that in white people's eyes, do you think that it's kind of like, you think he's going to start getting dropped from things? Because you remember back when Rick Ross said the whole, she didn't even know him when she dropped
Oh,
something.
yeah,
He got dropped by like Reebok and shit. He lost a lot of money off of that.
But he was claiming to drop pills inside of somebody's drink though.
But a woman also said that he did something.
I don't know.
Release in the statement was like
That's
it's moving
crazy.
already, and if you don't say anything, it grows bigger. But
Right.
I mean,
Well,
I
when you
think-
say something, it grows bigger. When Druski actually says something, that's when it becomes a real story.
I think for me, when I saw it, I thought it was fake. Like I went.
It's still a lawsuit.
Because it is
Yeah,
fake.
but
No,
it's,
no, no.
it's a lawsuit.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
see
like
something like on
I
Twitter,
didn't
it
think that
said
it was an
something.
actual
I was
lawsuit that was
like,
filed. I thought someone created
like,
paperwork
yeah, right.
because it's
That
only
don't- that
circulated
don't
on
even
Twitter.
sound
There were
right.
no outlets that had
Somebody
picked it up. So I'm like,
slip
this
and
paperwork
slide.
has
Slip and
fake.
slide.
Like someone had to make this up.
Put
Then I went on the online system where you could pull the filings, and I saw it, and I was like, oh, okay, this is real. Because it just seemed the claims were like so outlandish, and then I also was able to speak to some attorneys and things, and I'm like, okay, no, this is real.
Yeah,
Like,
I
this
get
is
why he said something. I mean,
happening.
yeah, maybe he shouldn't, but I get exactly why he said something.
But the reason
Stressful.
why he probably said it because he was like 2018. I'm in my mom's house. I knew nobody, so it's like I wasn't even famous at this time. So
Exactly.
of course this is frivolous, but he still is gonna have to get an attorney and pay for it, which is gonna cost him a couple
You know what I'm
$100,000,
saying?
which sucks.
Yeah.
Now,
Because
because he got to spend money for a lawyer just to prove his innocence because somebody's looking for a quick payday. And I promise you, if people realized how often these civil civil cases go nowhere, they would stop doing this because folks do these cases thinking they're gonna get paid, and they rarely do. If more people knew that they wouldn't get no money from this, they'd stop wasting folks' time by filing this foolishness.
No, they wouldn't.
Crazy.
No,
If
they
I was the
wouldn't.
lawyer and she said Druski, I'd been like, yo, you serious?
Nah.
Like, you really expect me to like fight this for you? And Druski?
The attorney, I know you asked me that, Envy. The attorney, her name is, I believe I'm saying it correctly, Ariel Mitchell. Yeah, and she's an attorney. I've heard of her before in like some of the cases that she's worked on before. So she's not new. She's you know what I mean. Like she's not new or whatever. But no, it's not Attorney Busby. So I don't know if that changes anything. But
No, I'm just curious. Now, Charlamagne, what you said is not true. The reason it's not true is because people don't have to pay for an attorney, right? A lot of these attorneys are doing it for free, or they'll get a third or whatever they'll get a percentage of whatever they win, and because of that, people won't file a lawsuit. Now, if people actually had to pay an attorney to file a lawsuit,
that's not what I said. What I said was if people realized how often these civil cases go nowhere and they don't get paid, they don't win these cases. They file these suits. They file these suits with these frivolous claims and they go nowhere. If people, two things: if they didn't have to remain anonymous, if they had to actually put themselves out there and say, "Hey, my name is such and such," and they realized they wasn't gonna get no money from these cases, they wouldn't file them. They wouldn't waste their time.
She's out there and she's been out there since she first filed. And I will say Ariel Mitchell, we will remember her because Diddy's team, when they filed the $50 million defamation lawsuit, it was against Courtney Burgess, who was a music manager. And then
What you think, man? That's crazy.
Man, I think them are some crazy allegations to put on somebody. But I really don't believe that they did that with the baby oil and all that. And that shit just don't even sound real.
They just threw the baby oil in it because they kept saying that Diddy found a bunch of baby oil. That's crazy.
She just trying to get a check, man. Y'all let us know what y'all think, though.
Hey. We in the spot.